Hey, what's going on, y'all? Now, I know this might be a little bit of old news, but there's still some information coming out about it, and I just thought it might be a good idea to kind of talk about this as a whole with all the pieces that have been put together so far. So, some of you probably have heard about the situation with Taylor Frankie Paul, who was a former star of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and was supposed to be a star of The Bachelorette new season, I think like season 22 or something like that. And that shit got canceled less than 2 weeks ago now. I think it got canceled on, I want to say March 19th. So it's been about 10-ish days since it's been canceled. And what I really want to dive into is the fact that ABC was aware of the domestic violence, case against Taylor and decided to go ahead with this show anyway. Really shocking to me, especially since Disney obviously was also involved. And when, Johnny Depp had his, whole domestic violence case going on with Amber Heard and everything, and they were so quick to axe him on everything. They're like, you're not going to be the new Pirates movie or anything like that. We're not going to, cast you. All the sponsors left, everything like that. And even articles that were written about this were talking about Taylor as if she was somehow the victim in all of this, and that she was having her peace protected by having the show canceled, which is completely wrong. And I'm going to show you some evidence of that as well. Now, there is a lot of body cam footage and, recordings that have come out about the assault that took place back in 2023, where Taylor brutally attacked Dakota, her now ex-boyfriend, and also her own child, who was caught in the crossfire when she threw a chair at him. And unfortunately, kid was obviously hurt in this exchange. Now, what led to this cancellation, which honestly the show should have never have casted her in the first place, that was ridiculously stupid, but I guess these big corporations just don't give a shit until it's a genuine brand risk for them, which is what it became. And now they've lost like $50 million in production costs and all of that nonsense and potential ad revenue. And I don't obviously feel even the slightest bit bad for them. They kind of fucking deserve it. This is them getting their just desserts, their karma for platforming someone who absolutely should not have been platformed, which is something that happens way too often. And it's nice to finally see someone actually get consequences for their wrongdoings. Obviously, she's still going to be paid for this, so it's not that much of a loss, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You can take whatever wins you can get. Anyway, TMZ leaked the footage, right, of the actual 2023 incident with the steel chair throwing. They treated this shit like it was a WWE match. Like, she thought she was versus Stone Cold Steve Austin and pulled up a steel chair and decided to try to whack her ex-boyfriend over the head with it. And in doing so, her own kid got caught in the crossfire. So now domestic violence has also led to child abuse complaints, and it's pretty bad. And the last thing that really triggered this show cancellation was that there was more allegations put forth by Dakota last month, towards the end of last month, so very recently, saying that she fucking choked him in 2024. So their whole thing was with this Bachelorette show was like, oh, she's reformed, she's better now, like she's not that same woman she was in 2023. So they were very well aware of the violence that she enacted upon her ex-boyfriend and child, but didn't give a shit. Did not give a shit at all until it came out that you couldn't hide the footage. You couldn't hide these allegations. In other words, had they run, forward with this, yeah, it would have been a reputation ruiner for certain. So they pulled out of that shit, just axed the entire thing shortly before it was supposed to be released, because all the filming and everything was already done. So that's a big loss for them, but it's a deserved one. Now, she also has a response to all of this. It's a pretty terrible response, just as you expect, like any big YouTuber apology when they get caught in some sort of scandal, and then I don't know, they decide to apologize either with a ukulele or an interpretive dance, or they just blame you. Yeah, it's kind of like that, just deflection and not actually addressing any of the controversy and just making up shit on the fly to weasel your way out of it. But it's not going to work because the cat's out of the bag. Anyway, I will be showing some pieces from the actual attack. For those of you who have not seen it, I think it's important to know that Obviously, what is being said about the situation, for those who are saying that she is the victim, that they're fucking lying through their teeth, and they either that or they have no idea what actually happened, didn't actually see the evidence. But I think it's important that people see the evidence so they know exactly what happened, who is genuinely at fault, and so that there's no back and forth, there's no discourse about whether or not she's innocent when we have proof that shows quite clearly that she was the aggressor. She was the one attacking her ex-boyfriend Dakota, and that there is no justification for what she did, and she absolutely deserves to be taken down a peg for this incident. So I'm just going to warn you now, obviously there's violence ahead. I'm going to blur it and stuff like that to make it YouTube friendly, but you gotta see it either way.
Yeah, yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical. Yeah. Yeah. See, Taylor, this is all you do. It's the only thing you know how to do is hurt me. Huh? And you think this is okay? It's not okay. Holy shit.
It's okay. I don't give a f.
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You're
You did this!
All right, I'm gonna cut it off right there. That's at the moment where her daughter gets hit by the chair because she throws it at him and it kind of bounces off of him and hits her. And at this point, he starts telling her, you need to help your daughter, go help your daughter over and over and over again. And she's just like screaming at him and refusing to be a mother in this moment. And when he goes to try to help her, she screams at him, telling him not to do that. I mean, it's horrific, obviously. It's so bizarre to me that despite this evidence existing, there's a police report that detailed this quite well, but I guess we just decide not to believe Dakota, I guess. I don't know, whatever. There's literally articles, many of them, that are speaking favorably about Taylor, saying that she is the victim here and that she needs to protect her fucking peace. Now, obviously, I'm big on show don't tell, so let's go ahead and take a look at that too. Okay, so here we go. Season 22 of The Bachelorette has been canceled amid a police investigation involving its lead reality TV star, Taylor Frankie Paul. On March 19th, just 3 days before the reality dating show was set to premiere on ABC, the network's parent company Disney announced the show's fate following headlines involving Paul and her ex, Dakota Mortensen. Disney addressed its decision in a statement at today.com. In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family, a Disney spokesperson said. Following the cancellation, a spokesperson for Paul told NBC News that the reality star is very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. Well, let's be honest, if she was prioritizing her family's safety and security, that footage from 2023 definitely would not exist. Didn't really seem like anybody's safety was being prioritized there, but you go, girl. After years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor's finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. Harm committed by her, maybe? Interesting. The statement reads, "There are too many women who are suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners who refuse to let them move on with their lives." Now, I definitely agree that that statement is very true. I 100% believe that to the fullest. I just don't believe that it applies to Taylor in this particular instance, I'm afraid. That's not the case. That's not the situation we're dealing with here. It's one that they have fabricated to protect her public image, and it is sickening, to say the least, because not only is it selfish and evil, basically, to paint somebody else as the villain when it's in fact you who caused the harm, but it also hurts the stories of those who actually have faced or are facing those situations that she is describing, that allegedly she is suffering through, which she's not. And it affects them in a negative way as well, because then you get some really dickheaded people out there who become significantly more skeptical when this type of information comes out. And even if it is totally true and they're telling a very truthful story of their experience might not be as willing to believe it because you have these big ass celebrities who weaponize abuse, right? They weaponize fake abuse stories or whatever it is to attack someone else or to make themselves look better. And then people are less inclined to believe others when they come out with similar stories or information. And that is terrible. So people who do this are the lowest of the low. They're absolutely horrendous, horrible, horrible people that do that. And I'm really disgusted by the fact that this is the route she decided to take things, to blame Dakota, I guess, as the abuser in the situation when she can quite literally be seen on camera attacking and assaulting him and hurting her own child. And even in the incident from 2024 where she allegedly choked him, there's a 2-year-old, her own 2-year-old present during that as well. So yeah, things aren't looking too great. Now, she even attacked him on the body cam footage with the police there. So like, if you needed more evidence for some reason, here you go.
Hey, stop. What about the, like, all the metal chairs here and, like, the...
I threw them on him.
What more proof do you need? Like, legitimately, you know? And obviously, you know, I'm not of the belief that people can't change and grow and become better. And I don't necessarily think that any singular event could define somebody's entire future unless it's something extremely horrendous. And obviously this is pretty bad. This would be a contender for that potentially, but regardless, the problem is it didn't stop here. Right? It's one of the major issues is that it didn't stop here. It seems like the violence continued, allegedly anyway. That's the information that we've been receiving. And who knows if she's willing to attack him with an officer present, there's no telling how many attacks were enacted upon him that weren't filmed. I mean, even in the recording that we watched earlier, he starts it off by saying, yep, this is what it looks like basically to be physically assaulted. Like, obviously he was recording for a reason because this wasn't a first time. Definitely was not the first time it's happened. And he had probably been quite used to it by then. And this was like just another Tuesday, you know? He's like, you know, this time I'm going to record it though. And that information ended up being the catalyst for taking this all down. Now, I was going to go through some of the actual body cam footage, but I realized there's probably a good chance you've likely already seen it, and there's nothing there of substance that's really going to add to this whole story or anything like that, so I figured I'd just leave it there for now. But we will talk about like that little interview that she did where she gets asked directly about these allegations. And she kind of just deflects, as you would expect. I mean, people aren't really inclined to just admit, oh, yeah, you know, I abused him, even though she did say I threw a chair at him during, you know, when she was being recorded by the police. But whatever, that's neither here nor there.
I want to hear all about your bachelorette journey, but first I want to give you the opportunity to respond to recent headlines about the alleged domestic violence incident with your ex-boyfriend. What do you want to share with us about this?
Honestly, it's been a heavy time to see the headlines, especially during this time of The Bachelorette being released, and it's supposed to be a really exciting time. I'm a person that will always speak my truth, and that's what I'm known for, and so when the time is right, I will be. But right now, just trying to be in the present moment and focus on this. But the thing is my kids do come first. Mm-hmm. My kids come first, and so it's been like just a back and forth process, trying to be here in the present moment, worrying about, home and headlines. It's been stressful, to be honest.
We did reach out to Dakota, and we did not, for a statement, we did not get a response from him. Now we have reports that The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused production. All
right, the rest I don't think is really all that important. They just start talking about how The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused production, and she's just like, yeah, it's been paused, but it is what it is. Maybe things will go forward eventually. But did you see that visible panic in her eyes when they said that they, reached out to Dakota? She's like, oh shit, you did? So, oh no, because what'd you hear? Because obviously she knows what she did. It's no secret, and a lot of people, especially now, know as well. And but there was also visible relief as well when the interviewer said that he did not comment, didn't say anything. So yeah, her heart definitely skipped a couple beats there, because yeah, she has been absolutely terrible, absolutely disgusting, nasty, nasty to him. Um, and I can't for the life of me take her seriously when she says that her kids always come first. Interesting. If that were the case, again, you wouldn't have been throwing steel chairs at Dakota with your 5-year-old present, nor would you have been choking him with your 2-year-old present. I don't think your kids ever come first. I mean, maybe they're the first to receive the smackdown from steel chairs. I don't know. But even then, Dakota got that serving. He helped himself to that before they did. So I don't know. Even that doesn't seem to track. Anyway, this whole situation is just it's just disturbing, absolutely disturbing. The face of mom talk has been absolutely knocked down for being just a violent, nasty person. And again, I sincerely hope that she genuinely gets better, get some goddamn help, some anger management, something. You know, I don't know if she's still suffering with alcoholism or whatever it was, but it's unfortunate, and I hope things improve for everybody involved. And honestly, to, you know, ABC and Disney, like, they just kind of get a middle finger from me. Like, honestly, why would you platform her? Like, y'all really thought that was a good idea? Y'all really thought that despite those domestic violence, not even allegations, like actions that she did, was like something you could just sweep under the rug and just be like, not a big deal. We're not going to worry about that right now. It's deplorable. And I'm glad they ended up losing out so much because they made this terrible, terrible decision. And they absolutely should lose out. And obviously 50 million is like nothing to Disney, but it's still a big blow at the end of the day. And maybe going forward, we'll be a little bit more careful about who we decide to make the face of our shows in the future. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you all next time.